For this video, we're talking about multiples and common multiples. This is coming from the first section, so these questions in your workbook. So multiples are sort of like skip counting, right? So if I'm looking for multiples of 6, I'm going to start with 6, and I'm going to go 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. So that would be the first 5 multiples of 6. Of course, multiples keep going forever, but for this question, we're just looking for the first 5. And then same thing for 9, we're skip counting by 9. So we're like 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, and that's the first 5. And for 15, we're doing the same thing. So we've got 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. So we're just adding 15 on each time. So those would be the first 5 multiples of 15. So again, multiples go on forever. This particular question just asks for 5. What actually happens more commonly is what we're going to do next, is looking at common multiples. So seeing, so sort of listing multiples for a couple different numbers and then seeing what they have in common. The first question asks us to find 2 common multiples of 15 and 25. So I'm just going to list some multiples of 15 and some multiples of 25, and we're going to try to find ones that they have in common. So you'll notice I had to go more than 5 multiples of 15. I actually had to go quite a ways there. And sometimes you might not go far enough at first, and you might have to add more. So for 15, I listed out 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105, 120, 135, 150. And then, of course, I could keep going after that. But when I listed out 25, so I have 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, and that was far enough to get 2 that they have in common. So common multiples means that 75 shows up in the list of multiples for 15 and for 25, as does 150. Now those are just 2. If we kept listing multiples, we would find more that they have in common. But we've only been asked for 2 in this question, so I think 2 is enough. Next, we're going to do the same thing for 6 and 10. So we're just going to list out the multiples of 6, so just like we did before. We have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, etc. And the multiples of 10, which would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So again, we've got a long list of multiples here, and I'm looking for the ones that they have in common. So the first one I pick out is 30. 30 appears in both the multiples of 6 and 20, and then the next one is 60. So the 2 they have in common are 30 and 60. Again, if we kept listing more, we would find more, but we only need to find 2. For our next one, we're actually asked to find the ones that are in common with 4, 10, and 15. So they need to be common to all 3 lists. I'm just going to keep using the list 10 I have there, though I may have to extend it. And then I'm going to list 4 and 15. Okay, so you may notice that for the 4s, because 4 is a smaller number than 10 and 15, I actually kind of ran out of space there. But if we're looking for ones that are in common of the list between 4, 10, and 15, as in they're in all 3 lists, the first number that pops up is 60. Okay, and then if we kept going, the next number is 120. So 2 common multiples of 4, 10, and 15 are 60 and 120. Now, for the 4s, I could have kept skip counting all the way up to 120. Again, the reason I didn't is because I was going to run out of space on the page there. However, I could also sort of notice a pattern of what's going on here. So for 15 and 25, the first multiple they had in common was 75, and then the next one was 150. For 6 and 10, the first one they had in common was 30, the next one was 60. So what I'm noticing there is that, for example, the first one there, 150 is double 75. And then if I look down at the next one, 60 is double 30. So that's sort of how I knew how to get to 120, is that I found the first one that they had in common. I knew that they all would land on 60. They're like 60 is a multiple of 4, 10, and 15. Then I figured that the next one would be 120 by doubling 60, sort of going with what was happening with the rest of the examples on this page.